That I wasn't recording it. But we're recording this. Hello.
Oh, are we live?
Yeah.
Are we doing this live?
We're live.
Usually you tell me
Facebook
we're live.
Facebook is back up and we are fucking live.
All right. Well, usually you tell me we're live, and we're live. You didn't say it this time, so I got confused.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 368. Tonight I am joined with Jared Schneiderman,
Hello, everybody.
Alex Schlegel,
Hello, Facebook.
and Icky Pete himself.
Praise the Lord.
Which Lord?
The Dark
Odin?
Lord, of course.
The Dark Lord, of course.
Odin was the correct answer. But anyway, I'm Otto, and as always,
As always.
as always,
Except when I put the wrong name in the description.
yeah, except for when you dead name me, you bigot. Fuck,
Meant to
get
change
know
that, by
this
the way.
name. So tonight we got a lot going on because we needed a break yesterday. We needed a Sunday break from the many activities. We partied way into the night on Saturday. Me and Alex did.
Yeah.
Well, way into night, and then I drove home after we partied.
Oof.
But
yeah. And then watched sports ball all day Sunday. It was a long Sunday. So
I just needed a day. So we decided to do it
Yeah.
tonight. Lo and behold, we wouldn't know that I didn't know. I completely forgot that we talked about it in the last episode, but Scott Horton was debating Bill Kristol tonight. Just ended literally right before we went live. So put that in the description so people might. We're trying to boost our ratings here, Jared. So just make sure you say post Scott Horton debate
All right.
analysis. Even
All
though
the keywords in there.
yeah. Gotta bump those libertarian numbers up, man.
Analysis.
Yeah. So so apparently that just ended. Scott won. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So how did he win?
After I said it.
How do you determine the winner in that thing?
It's Oxford style debating. So you start out with a percentage of who agrees with whatever the initial question was. I forget what the question was. I remember it was long. So they ask everyone, they poll everyone as they walk in, and then during the debate, if anybody changes their mind in favor one way or the other, then they tally it up again. They ask the same question to the crowd, and whoever goes up by the most percentage points wins the debate. And Scott went up 12 percentage points. Bill Kristol only went up 2.
Wow.
Scott
Who
won.
the hell did Bill Kristol convince?
I don't fucking. Maybe his like mom was there or something, or like Irving, the ghost of Irving Kristol was there. I don't know. Like, dude, and it was as bad as you thought it would be. So so Facebook went to shit today. That's another topic we'll talk about. But as I was getting all my notifications back up for my messages, someone said the debate's live in one of my group chats. I was like, what debate? I click on it and boom, Scott Horton debating Bill Kristol, like right in the middle. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I didn't know this tonight. Like, I've been meaning to watch this forever. And I mean, literally, it's just been pushed back for a year. I mean, we talked about it last week because of, COVID. It got pushed back, and then it got pushed back again because of all the COVID restrictions again. Just a nightmare. But they made it happen, so that's cool. But yeah, man. So I'm listening to it, and Bill Kristol is just not prepared. Just not prepared. Scott's going off talking about East Timor and Guatemala, and talking about just everything possible, Ukraine to Kosovo, just mentioning things left and right, and Bill's just sticking to his own. Well, America had nothing to do with causing 9/11, and
they hate us for our freedom.
And guess what he said? This is the key thing I took away more than anything. I was waiting to save this for the podcast to tell you guys. Bill Kristol actually said, "I am anti-war."
Oh
yeah.
Yes, he said that. Those words came out of that guy's mouth.
Wow.
Smug.
Did Scott laugh when he said that, or what?
I didn't see. I was driving, and I didn't see the response or the facial response, but I can only imagine. So the video's up on YouTube if anyone wants to check it out. It was seriously just Bill just kept sticking to neocon talking points, like no specific, like, oh, okay, well here and this we decided this. It was just. And of course, he got mad when Scott called it the American Holocaust. Of all the years of millions of dead people, he called it like an American Holocaust or some reference to American Holocaust. And Bill Kristol wasn't having any of that. How dare you compare this to the Jewish Holocaust?
Oh God!
And then Scott went back on him. He's like, well, then how come you guys always say every enemy that you have to the American army has to defeat is literally Hitler? Saddam Hussein is literally Hitler. Like, you guys can make those comparisons that trivialize the Holocaust, but why can't I? I was like, boom, he got him. But he kind of let Bill Kristol off. Bill Kristol kept talking about Syria and about how Assad gassed his own people. And Scott, from what I heard, Scott did not go back at it. And Bill Kristol mentioned it at least twice about how Assad is not serving justice in the world. Assad's still roaming free after he killed 500,000 of his own people, and gassed them, which we all know is pretty much bullshit at this point. That's all been proven bullshit. So.
Wait, so he was claiming that he actually gassed them? I thought it was that he had the gas and was going to gas them. I thought that was the whole.
No, Bill Kristol said that he actually gassed them. That's been the big thing. Everyone's like, he gassed his own people. Like, that's the neocon talking point.
Oh, that's the same one they used for whatchamacallit, Saddam. Although I think that was actually true. I think he actually did he gassed the Kurds, but
yeah.
No.
So
yeah, we know because we have the weapon receipts.
Yeah, we sold it to him, exactly. We sold it to him. Yeah, it was a shit show, but I mean, Scott just pummeled him for the entire time. But he was like, what do you call him? He's like the Teflon neocon.
Teflon neocon.
Who called him that?
No, I just did.
That's hilarious. Dude.
Teflon.
I made myself laugh.
That's a title.
Teflon neocon. So yeah, he just kept saying like, well, that's not no, America didn't do anything like that. Like it was just so bad. His responses were just so canned, and everything that you hear out of like Fox News circa 2004. It was just terrible. I don't know what I was expecting. Was I expecting Bill Kristol to defend everything that's got? I don't know, but it was bad, and I suggest that everyone go listen to it just so you know I'm not making it up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just really biased because I love Scott Horton so much. But it was. Whew.
Well, clearly the crowd agreed with you, right? I mean, he got 600% more.
Yeah,
but change of vote or whatever the fuck
they
call it.
The important thing is that they had that kind of change when, he landed. He had a 12% increase, but he landed at 85% of the people there. So it's like. Pretty much everyone in that room agreed with Scott Horton.
Yes, coming in.
Aside from the 5 people that Bill Kristol brought with him.
Right.
Yeah, how many people are actually in the audience for this?
The whole Kristol clan was there.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people didn't go because of the vax mandate. He was mentioning that Dave Smith refused to go because of principles, but Pete Quinones was there. And I don't know if Pete's he got a little fake vax card or what. But
I wonder if Babs went. I wonder if Babs went because he had tickets.
Nah. Yeah. He was with a special. He told us so. Babs is not here tonight because he was with a special lady friend.
Oh
snap! Hopefully they're listening to the show.
I tapped my main man Icky Pete.
Hopefully he's got it on next to the candlelit dinner.
Yeah, that's a fun date night activity. Listening to PRL.
Right. Oh yeah, I recommend it.
Man, and I wish it was better sounding to have 5 people on at one time because I would make you totally a member of Punk Rock Libertarians. You're a punk rock libertarian in my book.
Oh, that's sweet, guys. That's sweet.
Now tell me something depressing.
Oh God.
Do your damage, sir.
Let's see. Great Reset. What are your greatest hits? The Great Reset. Global, soil erosion. What else?
Honestly, here's something that you probably don't get out of me often. Pete Quinones actually had a really good episode last week, where he had Richard Grove on and some other guy that I don't know. I can't remember his name, but the episode was actually, who are they? And will they win? And the basic consensus is that no matter what they try,
Tom Longo.
Yeah, exactly. And
episode 637.
The end result of it was just pretty white pilling. It's like, look, they can try all they want to do this, but the end result is they're always going to be fighting each other. And the things that the genies are kind of out of the bottle for their undoing at this point. They're trying to play catch up because technology got ahead of them. And
so when you say they're fighting against each other, we're this is sort of what I've argued before, which is it's not like one giant cabal of people that all have the same motivations and same end result that they desire, right? I mean, there's conflicting desires going on. There's conflicting.
Well,
You got
Like, yeah, I mean, maybe
reptilians,
generally speaking, they see like the sheeple, and they're the elite and whatnot. But
I'd rather my family be in charge than your family.
right,
So whenever I can move the ball in my direction as opposed to your direction, I'm going to.
right,
And there is always that's always positive for us, is that at the end of the day, like, it's not just everybody trying to screw us over and only us over. They try to screw each other over too.
yeah,
Like, everyone wants to be big man on top of the pile. But a lot of what they were getting at was like, so in regards to, say, crypto technology and the coins and all that stuff, is that, like, all the banks, like, they're all getting into it. Like, right now, they're just trying to get as much of the riffraff out of Bitcoin as they can, so that, like, when they officially name it world currency, basically, they have the most of it. And look at the way,
that's
like,
why you got to keep buying it up.
Well, exactly. And so the smart play is that don't be stupid and buy it, despite what they're trying to get you out of it.
Yeah.
Now they're trying some sneaky stuff. Like, Spearco talks about, one of the things they're trying to do is, bring it into the derivatives market before they actually bring it into, like, allow it into, what are those things? Not 401ks, but the other IRAs.
Roth IRA.
Yeah,
Roth
You
IRA.
can already do. I think you can already
Two of my
do Roth
favorite
IRAs.
things.
not legally in the U.S. You can't yet.
Yeah. Well, what is
Canada-
it? That I
Canada,
trust Capital. They're based out of Canada or something.
Well, and that's exactly, you could, like, if Canada has made it legal, the U.S. has not made it legal yet, because we don't have they haven't definitively decided what it is as a like, is it a security or is it a currency? What is it, and how are we treating it? And they're kind of waffling on that, because they want to try and get the money out of it in all the ways they can. But, like, my point was, so as far as a white pill goes, it was actually a really interesting conversation. They talk about China a lot, and how everyone's like, oh, well, China's the big threat. And it's like, China is the biggest paper tiger out there, because their economy is even worse than ours is. It's more fake than ours will ever be. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Did you see those videos of all those buildings just collapsing and just the shoddy craft, just buildings and
but
craftsmanship and just
so, like, I got hip to that about a decade ago when I was talking to my uncle, and, like, so he works on he works for a company that builds trains, like the high speed rail. Yeah, it's a French company or whatever. And
The monorail.
So he was over in, like, China and stuff, working on one of them, and he was just telling me, it's like, it's not like what they tell you it is. It's not what it is over there. Like, you go over there, and it's a shell game of what you see versus what you don't see, or what you're allowed to see and not see. And he's like,
Nazi.
he's like, when you see an empty city, like, with nobody living in it.
yeah. I
like
saw a
the-
video.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
imploding. They were imploding like an entire high-rise complex because for years, like, nobody moved in. But then that construction project goes to China's GDP. Like, look, we're building, but nobody's fucking living there. And they
Doesn't
just,
matter.
That's why
It's rid of the
GDP is horseshit.
yeah. So then, like, years later, they just demolished like massive blocks of like 20, 30, 40 some buildings. Like, I just saw a video a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's crazy. Like,
Well, it's a broken window. They can
Yeah.
go and rebuild that city, and it's good for the GDP, right?
yep. And they're trying
Well,
to.
it's interesting that were they talking about how China, allegedly bans Bitcoin every, 3 months? Because if that's true, and it could just be like fake news, it could just be like FUD for them to try and, kill the price, all that. Because if they were intelligent at all, they would be hitching their wagons to Bitcoin, right?
Well,
To keep
and
their
so-
whole economy afloat.
So here's, generally speaking, when you get into the Richard Grove, like, a lot of the narrative that he uses, most of what's going on is the same old families that have ran Europe forever, still running Europe. I think he describes America as Britain's property manager at this point. Like, we send our military all over the world to secure England's, properties. And
Yeah, I don't know.
he's got a very convincing argument. We'll just say, if you look at the historical timeline of such things. But the point is that like China is not obviously going to be one of those old European families that wants to play chess. It's a different entity itself, and so they're not going to play the game the same way that the Europeans would play the game. So I don't know, like it's a lot of speculation, but I'd rather have a hopeful speculation than an all is black speculation. Believe it or not, Icky Pete is not entirely like just sitting here rubbing my body in black pills. I prefer the white ones. They're just harder to find.
There's so many racist jokes I can make right now. I just told you. I was about to make one, and then you said something else. I was like, "Oh, ADD."
Was it about black cocks?
When you said you're like, "I'm not all about the blacks," and I was like, "That's funny."
Well, I mean,
and then he said something about
considering I married a black. I mean,
I know. That's why I was like, there was just so many jokes there. It was like a log jam coming out of my head. But no, you're right. I mean. You really do like Richard Grove a lot, don't you? Every time you're on, you're always like Richard Grove.
Because I think every single one of your lives would be better off by listening to Richard Grove.
I don't buy him. Every time he's on, I'm not a fan. I don't know. My bullshit detector just goes off.
Well, and that's what happens if you haven't read as much as Richard Grove has read.
But like, okay, so for instance, I was listening to Monica Perez today.
Your bullshit detector doesn't go off on Monica?
It goes. I mean, it was like
mine screams in my face every time. I love Monica.
She literally thinks I'm a Fed. She doesn't know me, but she thinks I'm a Fed. Or like,
why?
How so?
Because she thinks everyone is. She was talking about Snowden. Snowden's like a plant. AOC's a plant.
I mean, I tend to believe her on Snowden. Snowden makes sense as a plant.
But she was like.
Yeah, but you've got to bring a lot of evidence to the table to suggest something like that.
Like he had like headshots taken of him that were like.
Well, it's always a lot of pictures with red circles and arrows and blurry, grady.
And I'm like, maybe Monica Perez is the Fed.
Yeah, I mean
that's a honeypot.
I mean, I've been saying that for years, but.
I mean, just like Alex Jones is most likely a Fed.
No,
don't besmirch the great Alex Jones.
Without question.
No, there is a theory though that I'm willing to subscribe to. I think he was compromised a while ago. They had something on him and they broke him, but he was able to wiggle his way out of it because he's already serving his punishment for it. So now he's like back to his old self and no one believes him anymore. But since he cried wolf, like I don't know what it's about. I don't know. It's just me thinking out loud here.
Well, he recently lost his he lost the lawsuit or whatever that was filed by the Parkland, not Parkland, the Sandy Hook
Newtown,
Kirkland, the Kirkland genes.
Basically, now they're just deciding how many millions of dollars he's going to owe those families.
Yeah.
Wait, what? No,
I don't.
So what did they get him on? Libel?
I can't remember exactly what it was. I just heard it in passing that like he's lost and now they're just assessing damages.
Yeah, I don't understand what he did that was damaging. I mean, he didn't shoot those kids.
Yeah, I have a friend who still to this day believes that the entire thing was like completely fake and set up.
I don't know where I was.
Genuinely believes it.
What year did that take place?
2012, I believe.
Okay.
He's not like a big conspiracy guy. It's just like this is his one thing where he's like, this shit was fucked up, man. He tells me about the videos that used to be all over YouTube before they took them all down. I mean, this was like 2011 or 12, right?
I mean, I saw it live. I saw like literally.
You were there?
No,
you were in the school
on TV.
But did you see the whole thing with the bus driver? And like they dropped the kids off at like some random person's house, and they were like interviewing. Like, there's all this like kind of sketchy shit that my friend talks about.
I'm
not saying I believe it. I mean, I'm pretty sure something bad happened there. But.
I watched the video of those kids being killed while I was going to kill a kid myself.
Wow,
that's what I remember about the day.
I just
and then I went and watched the Lord of the Rings movie after that. I remember that too.
So what children are you killing?
I was at the clinic.
Ones that deserved it.
Oh.
Yes. So I was very desensitized to the nature of what was going on. We'll just say.
Well, wasn't it? I'm trying to find it. Of course, it's so hard to find shit anymore. I'm using DuckDuckGo, but it was just recently because I saw the meme of Alex Jones, but apparently Colt, the gun manufacturer, it was a Colt AR, I guess that was allegedly used at the Newtown shooting.
I love it allegedly.
They're trying to sue. Parents are trying to sue Colt, and then Colt came back with a subpoena to the school system saying, like, prove that these were fucking students at your school. So, I mean, I don't know, like that. This is probably deep in the docs, but I remember hearing that, and it was an article. I'm trying to find it because, of course, like shit's so hard to find. So I don't recall much. I mean, I was probably like just. When did it happen in 2012? What that was what school year? It was in the fall or
it was definitely the fall.
Remember.
Okay, so that was like probably I don't know. For some reason, I wasn't like highly invested into that.
I remember seeing it vividly live. I just remember seeing videos of them. The police chased a guy into the woods, tackled him, arrested him, walked him back. And I never heard anything more about that.
Right. It kind of like
no one ever said anything. Oh, that guy was this. He was falsely identified. Like nothing.
It was December 14th. It was December 14th, 2012.
Okay, so that was after Ron Paul, and I was probably just like motherfuckers, like goddamn Mitt Romney, or no, who was elected then? It was another 4 years of Obama, and it was just like, and I just had that feeling like this is a fucking gun control psyop, and that's it. And then those crisis actors, remember that dad? Hi, I'm Robbie Park. He was laughing, yucking it up with like the camera crew.
That's what my buddy brings up as well. The fact that he was like yucking it up.
Yeah, and then he kind of does this. Hang on, let me get in character, like kind of like how an actor like think about when your dog Old Yeller died, like trying to get in the moment. He's like, yeah, let me think back to the saddest moment in my life. And he's like, I'm Robbie Parker, and my son was murdered or whatever the fuck, but it just seems so fake, and I'm just like, this is there's a goddamn psyop by the Hillary
dude. He was
Foundation.
also in Vegas,
like that wind bitch from last episode.
Oh yeah.
What's going on with the Vegas shooting? We haven't heard shit about that.
Two things can be true. There can be crisis actors, and the crisis actually happened. I'm seriously, because they need people to speak to cameras, and if no one's willing to speak, they need the PR, they need the video to be sent around the world, they need all.
They need them to say the right things, right? They need them to say like, "This could have been prevented if only we had
common sense
gun control." Yeah, like that. That needs to.
Yeah,
they need somebody that's going to say that. They can't be the person that's like, "Yeah, I don't want to be a part of that. I just am really sad that like this person died."
Yeah,
it's not good. That's not good TV.
It's not good for CIA-controlled CNN.
Perry Schultz says, on a Monday. God damn it. Yes, we are live on a Monday.
Yeah, Perry.
Monday.
And you know what? You're here, too. And here. Mudshark 9Z. Rad.
Oh, yeah. Mudshark.
Yeah. He's talking about me. Are those... What is this picture? Oh, boy. I don't even know.
Looks like...
It's better than the guy from last week. Kill all the J's 666. That guy.
That guy was our biggest fan, dude.
I know. He just kept saying the N-word over and over. It's probably Derek.
Maybe. Or he's running for Mises Caucus president. Who knows?
That's true.
Speaking of Mises Caucus, did you guys just like have an event or some shit?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was good times.
Fuck yeah. It was awesome. It was actually a really good event. It was the
Did you take human action?
Yes, I did.
I saw a photo of Michael Heist. It looked like he was having a really good time.
I got pictures of Heist, and I might talk about the after hours. I don't know. I don't want to put him down too much. But man, it was fun after hours party. That was a fun party. I got pictures on my phone. It's fun.
How much cocaine did you guys do?
The better question is, how much cocaine is left currently in Northern Virginia? That's a better question.
I'm going to be honest. I know Heist is more of a psychedelics guy. So it's like, are there any shrooms left in the tri-state area?
Yeah, it was pretty. When Tom Woods came on, he was just like, "Hey, I just want to thank Michael Heist. this was his idea, and he was probably on some kind of substance, but this was his idea. This caucus, like, it was like, I'm so proud of, like, but yeah, it was a great lineup of speakers.
That's why I love Tom Woods so much.
I know.
Oh,
It's like
he
for
was
such
so
a
basic.
such a funny duddy. He has like such a following of degenerates.
Yeah, he does.
True, very true.
You're looking at one right now.
It was such a wild crowd. Great, bumping into a lot of people I haven't seen in a while, or people since convention in Orlando.
Yes,
There was quite a few people. I'm like, oh fuck, I haven't seen you since the convention in Orlando. And great lineup of speakers. Maj went first. He just set the tone. And then it was Michael Rechtenwald. Then, it was a great lineup of speakers. Got to hang out with Michael Bolden, 10th Amendment Center.
I'm real jealous about that, for the record.
So you want to hear something really funny? The picture I posted, I don't know if you saw it. I posted on Instagram and not on Facebook. But there's a picture of me and all of us. Well, it was all of us with Michael Bolden, and he, I don't know if you know him well enough to know that he was attacked by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, he was wearing a Southern Poverty Law Center shirt at the event. It was awesome. I was like, that's so fucking badass.
Yeah.
He was so fucking funny.
Talking about a white pill too. What you're talking about, Icky Pete, like just everything that Michael, because he's in LA, so he's in like the heart of this COVID passport, all this fucking bullshit. But he basically is like, yeah, my significant other and I, we make it work. We go to restaurants that don't enforce this. There's no way they can enforce this. And he just went, I forget the stats, but he basically was like, look, they're trying to institute this in the city of LA. I don't know how many million people, but literally there's only like, I don't know, maybe less than 100 that he said that are part of the health department to enforce this shit. Like basically that they could say whatever they want. The government could try to push all this shit on us, but at the end of the day, they can't enforce this shit. They're paper tigers. And he talked about in his speech, he was talking about ATF agents. Like when you actually think about how many gun owners there are in this country, and then you actually look at how many ATF, and then actually how many field agents there are, and then how many are actually assigned to your state. And he basically is like, they're fucking paper tigers,
Well, unless they get your police force to help them out.
Yeah, well, therein lies the problem. So, but
I just see Michael Bolden. I think gay black disco.
How so?
So we had him on. Sounds like Liberty way back in the day, and kind of got a little bit of his origins. And apparently, like music in his life stems from the fact that he used to be a DJ, and he used to DJ gay black discos in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh wow! Really?
I mean, what other discos are there?
Well, and the thing that's is amazing is like, so that guy, like, which sounds like the most progressive thing you could possibly do, and the SPLC hates him.
Right.
So it's just the thing that sticks out in my head.
Yeah, his speech, pretty much everything was. It wasn't a lot of blackpilling. It was like a lot of like, all right, there's hope out there. We just gotta see through it.
A perpetual optimist for sure.
Yeah, I mean the fact that he's in LA and still is like, I'm like, fuck. Like I'm in Baltimore. I'm like, fuck this shit.
Please tell me they put him on after Rechtenwald, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, it was Rechtenwald as like blackpilled as he was the last time I heard him.
Yes.
Oh my God, he's hard to listen to. Like even for me, it's like, oh dude.
Even for me.
Abandon all hope, you enter here.
Yeah, but Tom Woods closed it out. There's another guy from the Mises Institute. What was his name? Newman. John Newman.
Yeah.
He's like
Patrick
Newman.
John Newman.
Newman. Newman.
Yeah. Patrick, he's the one who transcribed Rothbard's last two books after he died. He figured he cracked the code of Rothbard's handwriting.
Cracked the code.
He said it wasn't hard after the 14th page. Then it just started coming.
Yes. Yeah, it was great.
Sounds like whenever I read a book.
That's why they make audiobooks.
After
my jokes are falling flat tonight. I tell you
man.
what.
It might probably because of Monday, man. A Monday.
No, it's because we haven't because nobody's like had porn that wasn't on the screen in like 100 years. Had you said like, oh, you know, about the 14th scroll is when I'm about done, that would have made more sense. But you're like trying to mark it back to heydays when like we're all out in the woods looking through this rain stained fucking piece of whatever the hell it is. That's how my dad did porn, bro. Not my generation.
You know, I'm just here to make jokes, make people laugh, and you're what is it? You're harshing my buzz.
You're bringing me down, just like Facebook went down today.
Yeah.
Kind of like your mom.
Facebook went down. So the official story is that some engineer pushed a configuration change that ended up taking down Facebook's DNS. And the only way that they could fix it is by going to the actual physical server. This is what I've heard. Something along those lines, a little bit more sophisticated, but you know, for the listeners. So what actually happened? Was it aliens? Was it Bigfoot? Was it the NWO?
China.
Was it
No,
China?
It's
Was
training.
it Q? It's training.
Yes, it's
Trump
absolutely.
is president. Remember, that's what you told us.
Trump's about to be reinstated.
It's training for when they pull the plug on the internet.
Well, they're not going to pull the plug on the internet, but it's training for people to get used to like what it's like without it, so they can keep that fresh in their mind when they threaten the throttling that's going to happen eventually.
Ooh, that's
the stock market did go down like 3 points today.
Maybe they're preparing us for.
Although Bitcoin went up a few points today.
Although I was a lot more productive like the 8 hours it was out. Or 8 hours.
Dude, you are like constantly on Facebook. That's your problem, dude.
I know. So I was like, damn, everything's going faster today.
What do you
honestly
do on
like
Facebook?
I don't know, man. I barely go on anymore.
Look at your pictures.
Like,
apparently they got rid of people's pictures. If you go to Facebook right now, you cannot access anybody's pictures.
Oh fuck.
Your pictures are not up.
So this is so okay.
All you can do is
they're trying to erase us.
They are.
They're trying to erase us.
So they
don't
got all
have
their
pictures. We don't have memories. If we don't have memories, we won't have the will to fight.
That's
well, you couple that with couple that with the getting rid of red meat.
Dude, I need to start another the Doomer Jared podcast where
Jared.
I just say this wild shit.
I was gonna say you should call it J Doom, but you're gonna have a really odd group of people listening to that one if you go with it.
Yeah, you get a lot of Stormfront supporters.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Wait, what? I don't get it. What's J Doom?
J. The Jews.
Oh, like Jew.
Yeah, I'm imagining you guys. I'm imagining it's the Jews bringing the doom. It's like with why people are tuning in.
Jew Doom. Yeah.
And little do they know, it's a J talking about the doom.
I like how you guys won't say Jew. You just keep saying J.
Like J.
Like I'm gonna get offended or something.
No, because that's how they talk
like
about
we're gonna
it.
get banned.
I don't want to say the word Jewish because like I don't know if that offends you. The word Jew. I heard that's a bad word.
I'm deeply offended by the word Jew.
I can
or
give
Jews.
you shits. I mean, know that's how they
what
talk
I care about?
it.
I care about the when you as soon as this gets posted to YouTube, like
Just
or once it's done, the Jews they're gonna take it down.
Them. That's who they is, right? That's what you're talking about earlier, Nick. Right? They are the Jews.
Wait, so is that Jewish?
Is
that the Jews' pronouns? The Jews' pronouns are they them?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're the ones. The man.
Zeezer.
See, we're so getting demonetized. Jesus Christ, we're talking about Richard Grove, Jewish conspiracies.
Demonetize us.
Patreon. I didn't say anything about Jews. I said very old European families.
Patreon's going to take away our $200 a month.
Technically, Jewish families aren't European, are they?
You're telling me the Habsburgs aren't Jewish? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm not saying anything. I don't think it's relevant to the point.
The Zuckerbergs.
Families. But it's the JQ. That's why I just use the J.
Oh boy,
the JQ.
That's their word. Yeah,
that's their word. We're not allowed to use that word.
Look, I'm not a white supremacist, so they use what they're going to use. I'm not claiming it as my own.
Oh,
you just think that we need to be replaced? I see how it is.
Or no, we should.
Or no, that you should not be replaced.
Yeah.
By me.
No. I mean, I think that I would be way cooler if there was a lot of women replaced by Jewish women. I'm all about that.
You say that now.
I like Jewish women.
I definitely always had a thing for the look.
Yeah, they're okay.
What's that terrible
okay.
one? What's
They
that
better be.
What's that terrible one that like is super hot but has like the dumbest ideas ever? She was on Parks and
Actual
Rec.
person.
Yeah.
Aubrey,
No.
Aubrey, whatever her name's. She
No,
Jewish?
no, the one that was like Henry Winkler's daughter.
Oh God, she's so
Mona
fucking
Lisa.
funny. Yeah.
Oh, that shit.
Daddy, I've never done anything wrong in my entire life. He's like, yes, sweetie, I know. That's why I love you. She was like, money, please.
Money, please.
It's so, have you seen that meme where she's Israel in the meme in the United States? It's like, I've never done anything wrong in my entire life.
It's so anti-Semitic. So anti-Semitic. God.
It's like, oh, it's so funny though.
I bet you, but they had some what are they, shillings, whatever they use. What is that coin that they have? I don't pay them.
Shekel.
Shekels. That's what it is.
Shekel.
This is why
Alex
this is how you know I would be a terrible white supremacist because like I don't know.
You don't even
any
know
of
your
the buzzwords.
slurs.
I don't know any of them.
We're kicking you out.
That's
We're gonna let your whole white thing slide, but you don't know the slurs, so that's the most important part. What are we doing? What the fuck are we? How did we get here?
This is really
Facebook. We were
evolved.
talking about being demonetized.
This is
from
what
Facebook.
happens when Facebook shuts down for half a day. That's what happens.
Wait, Facebook shuts down. Everyone shifts over to Stormfront. That's what it is, right?
That's the fallback.
Without Facebook to guide our lives, we all become white supremacists.
Yeah,
You
if they
know how
don't
to operate. Yeah.
if they don't censor me, I'm just gonna see nothing but Richard
Yeah, so-
Spencer all day.
And I just love how we're not supposed to connect any of these dots. Like this morning, I'm reading a post that says, "Yeah, Facebook's being indicted or whatever," and then all of a sudden, Facebook goes down for like 8 hours. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not. Oh, it's a coincidence. No, you. God.
What are you getting rid of? What evidence are you burying?
All my pictures are gone now.
Yeah. So
Son of
what
a
does
bitch.
anyone have the docs on that shit?
No, it might be a temporary thing while they retrieve everyone's data back, and it might.
Well, I
think
mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, like with the Facebook lawsuit or whatever,
yeah, who's got the
the
docs
leak
on
or
that?
whatever, that would have
Yeah,
been
the
a good
leaker's
story.
name. Yes, it was like the leaker's name. Something. I don't know. I don't pay
It was
The leaker had a name. The
was
whistleblower
some
had a name.
broad.
That's what we know.
I don't know, just some broad.
Some broad.
Was it a broad?
Let's see. Maybe I can drum up an article here.
Jeez,
Facebook
women ruin
whistleblower.
everything.
I mean, how was I supposed to find news without Facebook?
Right?
I know. Yeah, right. Jeez,
I mean,
what are they
this
gonna
is-
make me like not pay attention?
See, I get all news from Twitter.
Really?
Facebook
Well,
shows
yeah, that was just
profit
on-
over public safety.
Public. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was just on 60 Minutes. Like they just did a report with this dumbass.
She said, so Frances Haugen, I assume that's how you pronounce that. She said Facebook prematurely turned off safeguards designed to thwart misinformation and rabble rousing after Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump last year, alleging that contributed to the deadly January 6th invasion of the Capitol.
"Ooh, invasion."
So this is like a fake. This is just fake. This is just fake news.
Invasion.
At issue are algorithms that govern what shows up on users' news feeds and how they favor hateful content. So she's just mad because they weren't censoring enough.
Yes.
They weren't.
Never mind.
We didn't see enough COVID warnings. We didn't see enough Trump misinformation notices.
Yeah, we didn't see
Like, we
CDC
just-
per the CDC.
We just need a few more of those, and then we'll
guidelines.
be safe. That's
Yeah.
that's what she's saying.
We just
so.
see what else. Like
I thought there was other shit that came out though, but maybe
Well, there
not.
was the stuff with like kids and like how young women are,
how detrimental it is
feel-
to like
are made to feel even worse about their awkward bodies.
yeah. So they're saying like Facebook isn't doing enough, and literally, I was listening to it was Senator Blumenthal. Like I guess they want to pull him before Congress again, and he actually faked that he created up a fake account that he was like a 13-year-old girl, used a profile or whatever just to like kind of prove a point of all like the just fucking kids being bullies or whatever. But it's probably just I don't know. Just,
And he's like said by the end of the day, all he had were, groups about eating disorders. Shit like that at the end of it. And you're like, yeah, that sounds like a normal teenage girls shit. It's like, really? How'd you train it to get to there first?
Yeah, I mean the story's so old. This goes back to like advertising to kids for decades, whatever type of media it is, and how that can have an effect on kids. But what the fuck? Like,
I still haven't gotten over Joe Cool being taken away.
Look,
right?
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
And then they took away the fruit-shaped trick cereal. God damn it!
What was that, Alex? It was like a joke during that Tim Dillon set about Joe Cool or something about.
Oh damn, I forget
about that. Like he could barely tell it was a camel. I don't know. It was funnier than whatever I just said, but I don't know. Just made me think of that.
Well,
yeah,
for me,
it's true. They've marketed to kids for so long. It's just,
how about you just be a good parent and then you're good, right?
Well,
right?
I will say that like YouTube used to be really good at sneaking crap past you to your kid.
Like what kind of stuff? Like buy the shit.
Punk rock.
No, it was never buy this shit.
PRL.
It was insane people who learned how to game the algorithm, and so like watch it, your kids like stumbling across. Oh, hey, what's a Spider-Man video where Spider-Man's drinking toilet water?
Nice.
Like it was pretty weird.
Hey, you don't get mad at the card counters in Vegas, all right? So you can't get mad at these people.
I'm not mad. I'm
Stop
saying it's
advocating.
I mean, is your kid now drinking out of the toilet?
I sure hope not.
Okay. Me too.
How am I?
Yeah, but it's all about the children. Like it's all part of the agenda. You know, you say there's a problem. What about the children? And then
13-year-old girls feel like they're fat, and then I'm like, well, it's because they are.
Right. I don't know if you heard.
I hate to break it to you.
Meanwhile, like
obesity is a problem.
Meanwhile, there was some commercial that was on during one of the games last night, and it was just like all fat chick models, like all just like obese fat chick models.
It's the new line from Old Navy where like,
that's what it was.
Here's what's bullshit. Old Navy has fat girl jeans, but they don't have fat guy jeans. The most you can buy up to is like size 38, maybe the occasional 40. But us 42 to 44 guys, we got nothing.
Well, dude,
these fat bitches, they got all 50s.
Dude, go to fucking Kohl's, dude.
I went to Kohl's, and their section is very limited and expensive.
Dude, last time I went to Kohl's, it was like all fat people jeans. Like I was like, where do I find like a 30 waist?
Oh, you
was nowhere to be found.
They have a little section. It kind of looks like it's a men's section, but it's not. It's like for fat people, and it's usually just like the most random shit. It's not even like concise. Like it's like 30 different styles of jeans, but like size.
Maybe
like
I had wandered into the twilight zone.
Yes, you have. Yes.
Well, and they don't have to differentiate because at a certain point, man, woman, it doesn't matter. You're just a fat piece of shit.
Muumuus are unisex.
Look, I just want to be able to wear a dashiki out in public. That's all I want.
No one's stopping you, Nick.
Who's stopping you, dude? No one's stopping you, dude.
The large black men that would whoop my ass here in Pittsburgh and in Cleveland was what
about like
me.
some sumo wrestler attire?
that
looks
cool.
comfy.
That's premium content right there. That's what's your OnlyFans level for that?
These guys are in incredible shape, dude. I'm serious.
I want your checkerboard glasses.
What's that?
At you. I'm like staring at Nick. I'm just like, I want his checkerboard glasses.
You got to go buy the collection, man. Buy the movie.
Are they Ray-Bans?
No, I got them with the what is it? Pick it up. The ska history.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah, they're part of like.
Do you have the matching Vans too?
I can't find any in my size.
Damn.
So
what's your shoe size?
So something happened over the past couple of years. Like I hadn't bought new shoes in a minute, and I went to buy new shoes, and apparently like my feet grew like a solid 3 sizes.
What?
While I was
How is that possible?
I went from like a 10 to a 13.
What?
It's kind of like overnight. It felt like,
or is it just that they?
I initially ordered like I found a great deal on some skateboard shoes on like Amazon, and I ordered them, and like none of them fit. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Fucking bunch of Chinese crap. They're trying to sell me, send me the wrong fucking sizes, and And then it went and
See,
ordered
to me, the
both, and-
opposites happen where like I used to wear a size, and then all of a sudden it's like I guess they just make shoes like way bigger now. So like I've gone down like a size.
That's interesting because in that case, then I'm like up. I must be apparently wearing a 14 now, and
I don't know, man.
There's
an conspiracy, I think.
I noticed the fatter I got, I guess my heels like caved in, or my arch caved in and like widened my fat feet. And now it's like I went from like I could make a 10.5 fit. It'd be really tight, but I could make it fit. And then like slowly now I'm at a solid 12. Like it's just
no
12.
arches.
Yeah, no, it was
squished my arches away.
And that's probably all it is. I just got fatter, and then my feet like crushed down or whatever. But it was weird, like how I didn't notice it. Like it just kind of.
Me neither.
All of a sudden, I'm like, I ordered the same shoes. Like literally, it's the reorder the shoes that I've been wearing for the past couple years, and like, oh shit, these don't fit anymore. And like, not by a little, by like a lot. Like I can't get my fucking feet in them. And so like, I'm all pissed off thinking they're sending me like missized Chinese crap, and it turns out I'm just a piece of fat shit, and now I wear a 13.
There you go. Here he goes, making everyone depressed again.
Why is it
now I'm
depressing?
depressed.
Dude, did you hear they?
Guys are funny.
I'm in the same boat. That's why.
Phil, did you say they've postponed tonight's football game because of lightning in a fucking dome?
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean? In a
They
dome?
postponed?
Yeah,
Or-
Not a
it's
dome.
it's
Or
like
is it just
mostly a
delayed?
dome. There's like a little bit of opening, I think, but like it's mostly a dome.
Or
It's
is it
like a
just
brand new
delayed?
stadium.
Okay, it's a delayed.
Yeah, that's why I said delayed.
Oh,
right?
it's probably.
Oh no, it's currently in delay, in a lightning delay.
Somebody pointed it out in the chat. There's
Yeah.
there's actually a
Garrett.
lightning fear delay in LA at the football game. They are postponing for half an hour.
Global warming, guys. Climate change is real, and
Yeah.
And incredibly
these
racist.
superstorms, and yep.
Incredibly racist.
Have you guys never
Like
read
me.
Agenda 2030?
Yeah,
Dude, so
we need to
climate
pass
change
this
is
Green
based,
New
is that what
Deal.
you're saying?
I remember what was Agenda 21. I remember that one. That one
Well,
was cool.
that's the precursor. Agenda 2030.
That was
is
this year,
that-
right?
No, well,
Well, they had to push it out.
yeah,
had to
because
push-
we
Oh,
were going to
COVID delay, right?
Yeah,
Well,
there was a COVID
so-
delay on that.
So Agenda 2030 is Agenda 21 with a bunch of language about racism added into it.
Oh,
And
So like now we need to go after environmental
equity.
problems. Yes, it's all about equity.
If I
We're
hear
kill-
the word
we're-
equity one more fucking time,
We're killing
say
third
that
world
word
minority.
again. I double dare you, motherfucker.
We're killing people in third world countries because climate change is racist.
oh my god,
makes sense. That adds up.
It's logic, reason,
It's
That adds up.
It's something.
math, science. It's science, really.
Science. You got to get your boosters too.
Fauci is sitting there shaking his head, going, "Yes, this is
Boosters.
correct."
No, Fauci
Boosters.
is sitting there shaking his dick, going, "Yes."
Speaking of shaking his dick and boosters, so we talked about this last week about Biden had his booster shot, I think, but I don't think we really talked about the news that came out afterwards, where he got his little shot, and I never believe that when these politicians get their shots that they're actually getting the vaccine. I think it's just okay. So I'm not saying they're not going to get vaccinated. I'm just saying that
They're not going
shot
to do it on
itself-
camera. Yeah.
They're not doing it on camera in a split. Like they're doing it in a you cannot tell me Biden didn't get his shot under complete doctor supervision in a hospital, ready for just in case if there's a side effect where he has to get
Vaxxed
for
out.
any reason, for any type of shot. Like you can go into some different reaction or whatever. So whenever
Yeah.
they get it on camera, like I know it's bullshit. So then there was this picture that was released as he was getting his third shot. You guys can see it on our screen now. It's literally a fake set.
Yeah.
I
mean,
It's a fake set. There's like a bunch of like plants through the fake window, and then on the side you just see like the press is just chilling.
So this room, there is a couple of different ones, from what I understand.
and it's supposed to look like the Oval, like he's in some wing of the White House, because outside the windows, it was supposed to look like some wing of the White House. And there was two, the way the sun was setting, it was in both the windows, it was the same. So whatever planet this was filmed on, there's two suns.
Well, there's one of these. There's one of these in Colorado, I believe, and then there's another one in the Pentagon.
So going back
so
to
he's
what
in the
Otto's,
Pentagon.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Like
Colorado.
that there's these sets, and it's like, what the fuck?
Like, why not just?
Do we think
just
this
say,
is
Hey,
guys? I think we need to back up though. We need to back up. Is this Meat Joe? I mean, let's start there. Is this Meat Joe or is this
This might be
CGI Joe?
Yeah, this is
Right?
CGI Joe. I'm thinking this is CGI Joe.
And
I don't believe there is a Meat Joe anymore. So
yeah, CGI Joe, because they probably have, you can't roll out Meat Joe in actual real White House settings. You have to have a CGI
Also,
Joe on a set.
if that was Meat Joe, how hard do you think it was for him to resist grabbing that chick's ass right there?
It's right there.
I
Joe.
mean,
It's fucking right there.
just clap right back, just like.
Oh,
Right.
sorry.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
he's
he's
sniffy.
definitely about to graze the titty. Like that
He
arm's
could.
gonna. Oh, ouch! It's gonna lift.
yeah, Meat
Oh,
Joe.
I'm
Meat Joe
sorry.
in his heyday. Meat Joe in
All
his
right.
heyday would be grabbing.
So is it?
yeah.
So he's
Grabbing
like.
that.
So if Meat Joe doesn't exist anymore, then is this Madame Tussauds Joe?
Yeah, this
You
is
know,
the animatronic
wax,
Joe.
Yeah, the animatronic wax version of him.
Dude,
Yeah,
have you ever
Mask
se-
Joe.
Have you
This
ever
is like the
seen?
Chuck E. Cheese, animatronic Joe.
Dude, have you ever seen
Animatron Joe.
the people at Disney and all the presidents?
No.
Yes, I've been to the Hall of
Dude.
Presidents.
That shit is super freaky. How realistic they are now. It's like nah, bro.
I've not
good.
been in a while.
Yeah, no, they
Really?
redo them every couple years, and like they've gotten so lifelike, it's disgusting.
I mean, so everything about this is fake. So who's to think like he actually is getting the vax? Back to what you were saying, Otto. Jared, like what the fuck?
Yeah, you got to back
All
all
fake.
the way up, dude. Like you're giving him
that's-
too much credit.
That's definitely not even an actual woman. Like that person's not there.
Yeah. It's really all just a hologram.
So you're saying she's my type?
everything is not what it seems.
Guys, trust the plan. It's part Facebook goes down. Biden's not even in the White House.
Yeah, that's
It's
Q
closed
on the
down.
left.
It's
That's Q on the left.
Yeah.
No, wait. I see Trump in the background being reinstated.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Hear me.
Across
Can't
the
be-
playa.
that cannot be Q, because Q would never in a million years stand by this mask bullshit. I don't care if he's trying to hide out in plain sight. He'd be in there, no mask, with a "fuck your vax" card written right on his chest in blood.
Yeah, this whole thing's goofy, man. I mean, I had to do a double take when I saw this circulating around on the interwebs. I was like, holy shit, it's totally fake. And it looked fake even before you saw the whole set.
Dude,
Just-
that looks like Jerry Lee Lewis. Like, who is gonna be any crotchety old dude with white hair with that fucking mask on?
right. And you put a mask on. It's like we
Yeah.
don't know what Joe.
Maybe
this
that's
is.
the whole thing behind the mask. They wanted to make it easier to like do body doubles for Joe Biden.
right. I mean, and then just the insanity. Everybody's masked, and he's getting his third booster.
And it just goes to show it's like, wow, everyone's like, oh, it's a fake vaccine. Well, he's like getting a vaccine on a fake set. You know, it's like
With a
there's-
mask on.
With the mask on. It's all fake. It's all show.
Yeah, I wonder who took this picture and whether they're still alive.
Oh, speaking of our local king Mayor Scott here in Baltimore.
Oh yeah.
He fucking he's fully vaxxed as of March, apparently. And he
Fully.
just tested positive for COVID. And he put in a mandate for all Baltimore City workers.
But
And he's
he showed up at the Ravens game unmasked.
Oh,
He was at the after parties unmasked inside. And him and his bunch of his politician friends are getting shit for that in Baltimore, which is
yeah, but now he's
Typical.
tested positive for COVID.
I mean, on the grand scheme of things, that's like nothing for a Baltimore mayor.
I know. That's what
Right.
I was like.
it's like,
You
well,
didn't get
it's
busted
not
doing
criminal.
crystal meth.
What's
But
that?
it's like at what point do people stop listening? Like, are you fucking? You're still listening to these fucking assholes,
Well, Fauci says
That's
we
what I say
can't
about
gather
us.
for Christmas. That's what Fauci says.
right? Like Christmas, like
Oh, yeah.
really. Like my sister, right before we came on, my niece is about to get baptized, and it's on Halloween, and my sister's like, "Yeah, we're gonna plan it. It's gonna be on that Sunday." And she's like, "Yeah, we might go trick or treating with so my niece and nephew." And they're like, "Well, I don't know." And my sister and I are just sarcastic. My sister's like, "If we're allowed to go trick or treating, we don't know." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll have to tune into the experts and see what they say, you know." Like, and then they're talking about fucking Christmas. It's like, are you fucking serious? Like,
you guys are all invited to my Christmas party. There will be meatballs. That's all I can say.
and meatballs.
I meet the balls.
There'll be some Nicky meatballs.
Some I meet the balls.
I make a
Will
pretty,
Looks like they started the game.
Jared, you
make
could
a
bring
pretty
some
intense
matzo
one.
balls.
I'll bring
To
some
the party?
matzo balls.
Well, so yeah. Speaking of which, I've been over talking about this, but I don't know why I find it so funny. But why is Hanukkah on November 29th?
Why not?
I've never heard of Hanukkah being in November.
Well, the Jews have their own calendar. And
I know.
sometimes it lines up in such a way that it falls on November.
Yeah, it's just weird. I was like,
It's been like
November,
Thanksgiving
what?
Day before, dude. It's been
It's
like
based
Really?
on the rotations of the moon
It's a lunar
and the
calendar.
sun above the flat Earth.
yeah, it's
above
all
the
about the
firmament.
firmament. Yeah,
the ice wall.
it's all about where does the
It's on the Hebrew
shadow
calendar.
fall on the ice wall.
I don't even know
On the
why I
ice
felt the need. I told this to we were talking to Robbie Bernstein at the event, and I was just like, because we're trying to organize something for him to come down to Maryland, and I was just like, the 29th is Hanukkah, and he just looked at me like, you just telling me that because I'm Jewish? I'm like, oh no, I'm just that's just
FYI.
I find it interesting. I don't know why my autism. I'm like my son has to be autistic. I swear. He tells me the rating of every movie. He'd be like, Dad, there's a movie. He's like, it came out in 2018 and it's rated PG-13. I'm like, okay, thanks, bud. He's just like, he tells me the rating of everything.
Oh, I
It's
thought you
any
meant
show-
like
the
the
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes rating, because that'd be fucking
No.
weird, dude. If he's like,
I-
oh yeah, here's this new movie. It's a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
If he knew what Rotten Tomatoes was, I guarantee you he'd be giving me updates.
You should tell him that because that'd be
swear to
hilarious
God,
and also
he's
pretty
talking-
useful too.
Right?
Yeah, he was talking to me. He's like, well, do you know the first color movie was Wizard of Oz, 1939. It was rated G. I'm like, thanks, son. I was like, I love that you're knowing things because, like, I'm also a date autist. Like, I love like knowing when dates are and years, but I don't give a shit about ratings. So it's like,
I
is this how
personally
I sound? Is this how I sound to people?
Well, there's all
personally prefer-
levels of autism. There's
It's
Like,
all
there's all spectrums.
I personally prefer the Judy Garland movies where you get to see her tits. So that's all I'm
Same
saying.
here. Wasn't she in? No. Was it like 1980 movie? Like she was like in her 60s and she showed her tits or something like that?
I'll take 60-year-old Judy Garland titties.
Yeah. I actually Googled that because I'm such a deviant. I
looking
looked
at
it
it
up.
right now.
Like, is there?
No.
Why wasn't there
Mary
a fat-
Poppins. Who played Mary Poppins?
I forgot
her.
her name. She was
What's her
kind of
name?
hot though.
She showed her tits in like a 1981 movie. And I was like, yeah, I'm looking that up.
Yeah,
Of course.
Mary popping them tits out.
Julie Andrews.
There
Julie
we
Andrews,
go.
that's
Oh
it.
yeah,
Wait, Julie Andrews
was
is
a
in Sound of
smoke.
Music.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
like showing
buddy.
titties in the 80s. Wow.
Yeah.
Wholesome, with the Von
Yeah.
Trapp family defeating the Nazis.
Well, they were
And
not.
she's showing titties. No, well, I mean, they escaped. They
Did you get mad at Fritz when like he like gave up on the pussy to be a Nazi?
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't remember that
Fritz.
movie. I don't remember that movie at all.
what?
Yeah, I don't remember that
Never had
movie either.
family movie night watching
Yeah.
Sound of
Well-
Music when you're.
well,
I mean,
they used-
I remember it being a movie. I don't
that
remember
used to
what happened in it though.
That was the Easter Sunday movie,
Yeah,
and then
Uh,
and then the Ten Commandments was like the days leading up to it. From what I remember, that's how
yeah.
we did it. in my
Fritz,
family.
Fritz gave up on that. Yeah,
He
I
called the
don't think I
Nazis
wanna-
over on him. He
That's
said, "They're
right.
over
He
here.
was a
They're
little
over
snitch.
here."
I don't want to have
Yeah.
that movie night with my kids, like watching like Nazis and having to explain Nazis. I'm like, yeah, Nazis. That's what half the Libertarian Party thinks what Daddy is.
Oh, you get it's a lot bigger than just half the Libertarian Party.
Yeah,
I mean, most of the world thinks you're a Nazi at this point, Otto.
I might as well be.
Like,
This is not boding well for me. What is with like tonight is just I don't know. This is Monday, Otto. I don't know. Like I'm getting frisky, and I'm like already half buzzed.
so I
had, like, the
changed.
most-
Ready to crack another
That's
brewski
why I
here
changed
for
my
the after
Facebook
hours.
religion to Nazi cuck.
Nazi cock. That's your
Yeah.
Facebook religion.
Yeah, that's the religion I changed my status to.
My
because-
friend changed. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well,
Because
no,
why?
I get sick of people calling me a Nazi or a cuck depending which side of the spectrum they're on.
Mhm, mhm.
And they're like,
Good
okay,
choice.
I'll own
I
it.
like
Just,
it.
I'm a Nazi cuck. That's my religion.
There you go. Solid move.
Yeah, that's brilliant. My friend just
Speaking
changed his profile name to Adolf Hitler. So,
Oh,
and it's
Who
and
did that?
his profile. One of my friends.
Oh.
He was just he's constantly like getting banned, so he just like changed. He can't use his real name, so that's like his like sock puppet name, which somehow hasn't gotten banned yet.
That makes me want to go and watch some of the whitest kids you know.
You want to hear something really sad?
Rip.
I just understood why they call it a sock account when you just said sock puppet.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
It's
Yeah.
the one you put on your dick.
Yeah.
Yep. Put it right on.
Oh
your wiener.
boy! Wow, I just feel real dumb. All right, well, that's enough of this show. Thank you
I
guys
quit.
for listening. Go check out our after hours if you want to hear more of me saying really dumb things and everyone, my jokes falling flat. And
Could I convince
yeah,
him to kill himself in 30
Yeah.
minutes? Is that possible?
I might do it in 20. So if you want to check that out, go over to our Patreon and subscribe for as little as $17 a month. You can hear the episode. You can still sign up for like $1 if you wanted to, just to help us out. But 17, that's what we're gonna change it to hear this, because the content is quality. So maybe this one will be better than what you just heard. But go to our Patreon, subscribe over there. We got multiple tiers. Also go over to PRLfans.com. There's other ways to donate to the show if you're not comfortable using Patreon. And also check out our sponsors, wheeliespharmacy.com. And get yourself a 10% discount on all of your CBD needs with the code PRL10. We also have t-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. Use the code PRL Podcast and get yourself a 10% discount, or use the code PRL2 for a 20% discount if you spend $50 or more. We're also brought to you by Hidden in Plain Sight by Moral Bob. And until next time, live free
Or die.